Cystic fibrosis, or CF, is a progressive genetic disorder. And what happens in CF is there is a default in a protein channel in the cell, and that dysregulation of salt and water causes a whole bunch of issues in the body, mainly thick, sticky mucus that clogs the lungs and the digestive tract. It makes it really hard to breathe. There's a lot of coughing and shortness of breath, and eventually those long-term infections lead to lung function loss, so you can't breathe anymore. CF is something that you're born with. So each of my parents passed down one CF gene to me, and I just happened to get both copies of that gene, and that's how you get cystic fibrosis.
So the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation is the main research and development for drugs and therapies that people like Janeil are currently taking. So the foundation basically takes all of our money and puts it into the best research going on wherever that may be. We're very fortunate here in Northern Ohio that we have Akron Children's Hospital, Cleveland Clinic, and Rainbow Babies and Children's that are all CF care centers that are accredited by the foundation, and research is conducted with all of those centers along with Case Western Reserve University. So a lot of therapies and research coming out of our local area. So we currently raise around $1.2 million, but see 6 times or so that coming back into our local area because of the amazing research going on. And all of that money does go directly to the research, the care, and the programs that we provide. We do operate a little bit differently than a lot of other charities, I would say. We're such a small organization, and back in the day, the foundation was created and started, they were like, we don't have time to wait for, pharmaceutical companies and whatnot to do these therapies and to do research and find these therapies for our patients. So we don't get government funding in the sense of the pharmaceutical companies aren't go out there saying, we're going to do this research and then we'll figure it out. So we go and we give the money and provide the money to different research companies and say, we want you to work on these drugs. And if we don't see something happening, then we don't give them money anymore. It works a little bit differently and makes things work a lot faster in that sense.
So in the early 1960s, life expectancy was very young, probably 4 or 5 years old. When I was born in 1990, it was 25 years old, so the mid-20s. And then just recently, thanks to new treatments, new therapies, and research, the life expectancy went up to 61 years old.
When I started even at the foundation, which was 21 years ago, the life expectancy was in the low 30s. And to see it now be at 61 years, that just means that the money that we're raising is going directly to make that impact and to that life expectancy.
I think we have a lot of different ways to get involved. Advocacy, it's very important because of the fact that CF doesn't get a lot of governmental funding, and we do a lot of the, fundraising ourselves and trying to raise money for that research to make sure that we're getting in front of the representatives who are making policy decisions for people with CF. We have a lot of different programs that they can get involved with as well. We do a lot of fun events. So if you're into wine or coming to dinners and golfing, we do a lot of fun stuff that people can get involved with.
I think that in the CF community, we're witnessing a really cool transformation, and to be a part of that community just means a lot. I mean, when I was growing up, I didn't think that I would be 34 like I am today, and I definitely didn't think that I would need to save for a retirement plan like I just started this year. So I'm part of that transformation generation, and it's just amazing, and people can be a part of that and be a part of the change. And hopefully in the end, have CF stand for Cure Found.
First time in the foundation's history that we're talking about geriatric care for people with CF, which is just amazingly, they never thought that we would get to this point where Janeil's having a retirement fund and people are having to, talk about, geriatric care. It's just really, really exciting.
Cystic fibrosis used to be a childhood disease. I mean, that's what everybody knows it as, but we are now at a point where more than half of our population is they're adults. And that's amazing. It's exciting to be a part of. And I think that we can all feel confident that we will find a cure or see a cure within our lifetime. I mean, we are that hopeful and have seen so much progress that we want everyone to be a part of it and to know that all the money that is raised and the dollars that they're putting towards CF is making a difference. And that's a reality.